So I'll start. My name is Kiana. Industrial organizational psychology is my background and trade. Okay, hey, Damien just posted this thing about schools not using standardized testing.
What
Um,
schools?
I don't remember exactly what it said, but I think he was talking about like university
Mm,
entrance exams.
mm-hmm.
Like there's a movement towards the reduction of reliance on university entry exams.
Yeah, because they're supposed to be trying to get rid of the, SATs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We'll see. They've been talking about that for a few years, but they definitely should because it doesn't predict anything. It doesn't predict anybody's success in college.
Mm. Well, I mean, there are some studies that talk about these XATs and other types of entry level exams as being able to predict basically first year performance.
Mm,
But, I'm not even sure how far that goes.
mm-hmm.
Um, and then, I mean, aside from which, it's like first year performance doesn't really predict what the overall metric. I think
Mm-hmm.
most people are trying to
Correct.
go for graduation rather than just 1 year of
Mm-hmm.
good performance. So, uh,
And there's not a standardized test to predict that, nor should there be, really, because that is not what the whole experience should be about.
yeah.
You know.
Well, so then what are they going to do? They're going to replace them with portfolio
Yes, that is what they should do. Absolutely. Portfolio assessment. Yes, yes.
portfolio assessment.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so
Mm-hmm.
how might that work, do you think? I mean, I think the thing that exams give universities is that it allows them to kind of not themselves have the burden of assessing students and giving them a score.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of let somebody else do that, and then all they have to do is look at the scores
Mm-hmm. And say yes,
and
no. Mm-hmm.
yeah, and they can use it to kind of rank the applicants.
Well, that's the whole thing about portfolio assessment. It's not about mass production. I mean, it's not about
Yeah,
just get a whole bunch of numbers and look at those and make decisions.
yeah,
It's much more about the actual person and, interacting with that person and getting to know how that person thinks and what kind of work that person has done and all that kind of thing. And that is time consuming. You know, they don't want to
yeah.
get into that. Yeah, they don't want to get into
Well, yeah, and
time and
because
energy consuming.
right, right. Well, um, you know, there was a uh I mean, I was watching, another special the other day, and they were talking about how the demand for higher education just increased so greatly,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's like how many applicants might a university have, and as a result, are they going to do some kind of portfolio assessment for each of those applicants? If they
No,
have
no.
2,000 applicants in a year, what are they gonna?
Well, once they get fully into AI, then yes, they'll be able to do all of that. They're not prepared to do that.
They're gonna use AI. Oh
Mhm.
my goodness.
Yes, indeed. AI can do it like that.
I wanted to ask Valerie about what are your thoughts on the use of certifications? We just were talking about the use of predictive assessments in education and how there's a decreasing reliance on the SAT and those types of exams to predict performance in universities.
Now, I think kind of going back to your comments about the SATs, um, I think kind of at that level for educational, they probably are not the best indicator of, success for the kids, because you can have some kids who score very well on the test. And now that you have so many companies teaching to the tests, and you kind of really realize, is it really a true assessment?
Mm.
And then, kind of as you said, it doesn't really predict how well they're going to handle college, because, there's a whole lot more in college than just going to classes.
Um, I agree, and you know, whether the demand for predictive assessment is declining in higher education, I think that the trend is actually going in the opposite direction when it comes to workforce. And don't get me wrong, I think that for good assessment, that they can make a big difference. Um, certainly all municipalities and all organizations are not going to get rid of their tests. So this is not the moment to
Mm.
to celebrate